Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. I'm your host, Chad Michael Bowden, and I'm here with my good friend and co-host, Simon O'Gorman.
Hey,
Simon,
hey,
say
hey.
hello.
How's it going,
Hey.
guys?
How are you? He's excited. He didn't even let me finish.
Sorry, buddy. I'm just super psyched at what we're doing
I
today.
know. We've got a show today. A special episode. We're doing something completely different. Uh, we told you guys in the last episode, which if you haven't listened to, please go give it a listen. If you're listening right now, then you've probably already listened to it. But if you want to recommend this show to anybody, please let them know where to find the podcast. The Unsighted Radio is available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, and Overcast. It is The Unsighted Radio, UNSY as in Yankee, TED, The Unsighted Radio. We would love if you guys became a member of the Unsighted Army. And also, before I forget, whether it's a good morning, a good afternoon, or a good evening, I hope everybody is doing well and is feeling fine. It's good to be back again. If you listened to the first episode from the return, thank you. Hope you enjoyed. We'll love to get your feedback. And like we said, we're going to be doing some special new things with the podcast now that we're here on Riverside. And heck, we're already just jumping right out the gate with something brand new. And we really hope that you guys enjoy it. So we're not going to be talking about any headlines. There'll be no main event topic. Instead, we're going to be doing something a lot more different. But before we get into what we're doing today, Simon, how are you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing amazing. It's been a fantastic week. We're getting people listening to the new podcast. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying it, and I'm just really excited to be doing these new things. I can't wait for you to tell everybody what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, Simon has had some great ideas already for the capability of Riverside, allowing us to live stream. Like, if you are listening to the podcast on all the platforms, awesome. But don't forget, with Riverside, we can go live. So there is an official YouTube for the channel. There, of course, is Simon's LinkedIn. We have a Facebook page. If you're on these platforms when we go live, you can jump in and watch as we're recording live from those platforms and even comment. So please don't forget that because we would love if you guys watch live and interact with us in the chat because we can actually see your comments as they come in live, and then we can actually basically talk to you on the show while we're recording.
And we'll make sure that we announce it way before so that you guys can put it in your diary and come and join us and have some fun.
Yeah, but glad to hear you're doing well. I'm also doing very well. It's been a good week. Of course, the Game Jam wrapped up on Monday, March 2nd. And so now I've just been playing games. I have to review them, basically give feedback, and then there'll be a vote for the top 5. And those people who place in the top 5, they'll win some awards. There'll be some, rewards for placing and creating games that the Games for Blind Gamers community just really vibed with and got on with. So it's been fun. Not a bad job to have to play games for your week. You know what I'm saying?
It's the best thing ever.
And that's what we're doing today. So I can't complain about it at all either.
Well, I have to say I am super stoked that the work that you guys have done on the gaming jam. So tell us about Delver's Folly. Let's get into this.
Yeah, so today's episode is a special episode where I'm going to have Simon play the game that my team developed. So I want to take this time to shout out Juicy, Will, Sophie, Tom, Janissary, and of course the legend himself, Sightless Combat. They all helped create this game. They all contribute to it in a very special way. So shout out to my amazing team who I got to work with and serve as the accessibility consultant and quality assurance tester for this game. It is called Delver's Folly. It is inspired by Blueprints. So if you've ever played Blueprints, then you kind of get the idea of what this game is. Basically, Delver's Folly, the premise of the game is that you are an explorer in a dungeon that is controlled by a manticore. However, you must reach the manticore's lair. The problem, though, is when you get into the dungeon is basically deconstructed. So while there are doors you can walk through, there are no rooms for you to inhabit or go through. So when you open the door, and of course I'm spoiling a lot of what the game will tell you when we get started, but when you walk through a door, you'll get 3 choices to craft 3 different rooms. And each room can have their own individual interactions and puzzles, and they contribute to the overall game and its story, with the main objective being to make it to the Manticore's lair without losing all of your steps, and basically find out
Okay.
the mystery of the dungeon. So that is Delver's Folly. It is made blind accessible, so it has a lot of amazing blind accessibility features that we will get into. But that is the game. I'm very proud of it. I think it's a great game. But it's time to see how well we did and see if Simon can make progress and beat the game.
I apologize now because any of you that know me, when I play computer games, especially ones Chad has chosen for me, you know, for those of you that have been following us for a while, all I will say is the chicken incident, and you'll know exactly what I mean. If not, I'm sure we'll discuss it on our podcast at some point. However, I'm going to switch over so that you can see what I can see, and we will go from there. Okay, Chad. So I'm looking at a menu screen. So I've got text to speech rate. I've got text to speech volume. So that's pretty cool. So I'm assuming this is going to read everything out to me as in when I click on things.
Yes. So trying to make sure I hear the noise. Yep, I do. So when you start the game, you have a couple of options. You know, you can begin the game. You got settings.
Yep.
You've got Sandbox, which the cool thing about Sandbox is basically it's kind of like you know, it is kind of a practice mode. You still can lose all your steps, but you start the game with like 100 keys, 100
Okay.
gold, and then all of the main key items that actually solve puzzles in the game. So basically, if you want to just book it straight to the Manicore, you can while using
Okay.
Sandbox mode, because you can also draft every single room from the start without any penalty. So I do think it's a great way to learn the game through Sandbox. But yes, TTS, there is a speech mode. So if you have auto detect on and you have your own screen reader, it will, of course, already choose to have it be on screen reader mode. But if you're starting the game,
Setting
you-
speech mode to TTS.
there you go. If you don't,
Okay.
then you do the TTS, and then the game starts talking to you.
Yeah, so what I've just found out is you can actually switch the TTS off. I'm guessing that's so you can use it with your own screen reader, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So,
And of course, you can choose the speaking rate
Settings.
as well as the volume of the TTS.
okay. So I've
Audio
noticed in the
settings menu.
settings we can select different, so we can reduce the sound of the music. We've got general sound volumes. We've got voice volumes, so I'm guessing we'll be listening to the amazing Sightless Combat with that.
And we do
then
have
we've
other
got the
voice
master volume.
actors.
Okay.
I should definitely shout out as well Christian, Mia, Sam, and Brogan, who are absolutely amazing actors and all voice characters.
40.0.
in this game.
50.0.
Okay.
But if you also would want to go to the short keys menu, that will help you understand the input options you have, because there are a lot of input options.
Okay. So do I have to remember all of these, or is this something that we'll learn as we go along?
So that is one of the things that we're debating with the game right now, is like, how can we better introduce the mechanics
Yeah.
of the game.
Okay.
You know, right now you basically start the game kind of just expected to know how to play, and maybe that's not the right approach. Maybe we need to do more tutorials, but you know, E in the game will have you interact with a room if there's anything to interact with.
Okay.
I will open your inventory. You'll collect certain items that you have to go into the inventory and choose to use before you can use them in a room. WASD will move you in the direction of north, east, southwest. So W north, D is east, S is south, and A is west. Q is survey. It will trigger the audio cues, and there are different noises that will be made in the game to let you know. So basically, there could be a wall to the north. If you press survey, it will give you an audio cue to let you know there's a wall to the north, an open door to the east, a door you've already gone through to the south, or a locked door to the east. There's a map that you can open by pressing M. You can replay the UI with F. You can replay the scene descriptions with R. There are quick keys, so that's control. If you press control with WASD, it will probe. So like if you press control W, it will only play the audio cue to the north. So lots of keyboard inputs. And again, we're just trying to figure out, is there a better way to convey that to players? Because I think sometimes players don't really know what's available to them, and maybe they struggle to understand what they should be doing. But that is the general rundown of the mechanics. Oh, and also, obviously, you can tab through all of the UI elements
Short
through
keys menu.
tab key.
Right. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go back, and I'm going to go back from that again. So I've tested the stereo. I know my headphones are working, so that's good. So do we go for this? Do I
Yep.
click on begin?
Press begin.
Okay, let's do this. So exciting.
Continue. I made it. The Fabled Dungeon. Before going in, let's see if I remember my Spelunking classes. With W, A, S, D or controller thumbstick I can move in a direction. Arrow keys and tab or controller shoulder buttons are for interface navigation.
Okay.
Continue. Continues the tutorial. I can survey rooms to learn where the exits are. I hear sounds in clockwise order. In the north, the sound of the wall plays. I can't go in that direction.
Okay.
In the east, the sound of an open door plays. It leads to a room I already explored.
This is creepy, man. I just had a door open in the right hand side, which is
Yeah.
east.
Yeah, the stereo panning is very well
In the
done.
south, the sound of a closed door plays. Some doors are locked too. I will need a key to open it.
Right. Okay. So we're gonna have to find some keys.
I came from the west, recognizable by the last sound. I can also probe a direction using the quick key and press a direction key.
Okay. So if I go S. Okay.
And of course,
All actions have shortkeys. All shortkeys can be found in the settings menu. To skip this tutorial in the future, or dismiss any dialogue or voice line, press the cancel shortkey.
Okay.
Welcome to the
Whoa.
mines, traveler. You may call me Citrine. I am a spirit of these deep passageways, and many of us call this place home. You may find some to be quite helpful and shiny. Others are, well, dull.
Dungeon entrance. A century worth of dust covers the ground of this cavern, unstirred. GLYPHS carved into the walls trace a tale of a city thriving and people rejoicing. A city in darkness and people fleeing. A city crumbled and people gone. A terrible monster stares at you from the ruins. Below it, 3 doors dare you to enter.
Okay.
So shout out to my personal friend Mia Page, who voices Citrine, an amazing blind actor. Love her so much. Thank you, Mia, for agreeing to be a part of the game. I know you're very busy, but thank you for taking the time to be in this game. It was amazing to be able to work on a game with you.
Cool. So I'm going to
Map.
have view map. So at the moment, only one square is really visible.
Yeah,
or
so the
two.
map is really cool because if you do the arrow keys while you're in that cell,
Dungeon entrance. Dungeon entrance.
you
Ah,
hear how it makes the noises.
Dungeon entrance.
Yeah.
Press enter for details.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
So what's great about the map is as you
Dungeon
explore,
entrance.
because you see how
Press
big of a
enter for
grid you
details.
have.
Okay, so if I close the map, so
Yeah,
guessing-
escape will get you through, but
Yep.
as you like build more and more rooms, get farther and further into the dungeon.
Yep.
If you open the map, you can trace your way all the way back to the dungeon entrance using the map. So the
Okay.
map is super helpful if you start to forget the paths you have created and what rooms are connected, because some rooms will connect with other rooms. So it helps you to manage the layout of the dungeon.
okay. So do I interact with the room? Do I survey the room, or did I get the survey of the room because
So
they talked me through it at the beginning?
So each room has its own description. So when you enter into every room, it's going to
Yeah.
have its own audio description.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, it feels like we already need to go ahead and make a note of like Simon doesn't know what he should do at the start of the game. I think it is maybe daunting for some players when there's not really like up front the objective.
Yeah.
So basically, if you open the map, you'll see that the Manticore is positioned in a square
Yeah.
to the very east of the dungeon.
Dungeon in Manticore lair.
Yeah.
Press enter for
The
details.
ultimate goal is to make it there,
Exits
but
are
now you just need to
south.
figure out
with the Manticore.
how do I get there.
Dungeon entrance. Press enter
So-
for details.
What you're supposed to do in the game is you basically explore using the cardinal directions. So
Okay.
right now you have 3 choices. You can go through a door to the north, east, and south.
Yeah. So the thing is, direct route is never the way to go. I've learnt this through bitter experience. So I think I'm going to go north. Ooh.
Choose one room to draft.
Ooh. Okay.
All right.
Performance. So.
And the
so I've got
TTS will, if you tab through all of those, the TTS will read out every room, its
Foreman's
description.
office.
Okay.
Exits are north, south. A small office with a water connection, 2 gold, 1 key, and a note. Water can flow to all exits.
Ooh. Okay.
Navigate down for details.
Okay. So that's.
So
that's
it
the
lets you
key.
know what's in the room.
Exits are north, east, south. Tunnels run in all directions. Some gold glitters in the walls. The ground can be dug. The walls can be mined. Navigate down for details.
Okay. And then finally the
Old
old
chest. Exits are east, south. You find a treasure chest. But it is locked. The ground can be dug. Navigate down for details.
Ooh. Okay. So we've got the foreman's office, which has got a key in it,
Mm-hmm.
but it's also got 2 water connections made of gold. If I
So no, it
read
has
that
2
correctly.
water connections, but it has 2 pieces of gold.
Right. Okay. So we've got 2 pieces of gold. We've got 1 key and a note, and I'm
Yes.
guessing that note is likely to tell us something.
Yes. Now, I will say, if you go back to the gold vein, now I'm not saying that's what you're going to select, but the gold vein, you'll see how it mentioned the ground can be dug, walls can be mined. So
Yeah.
there is a shovel and there is a pickaxe. So if you ever come into a room that says it can be mined,
Yep.
that means you can get gold. But if you have it to where it says the ground can be dug, you can either find nothing, a key, or some gold.
Okay. Okay. So you see, so this is interesting. So straight away, I've got a choice, right? So do I go for the room that I know's got 2 gold and a key, or do I go to the prospector's shaft, which could actually give me extra gold, or there's potential for another key in the old chest, but would that key open the chest?
No, so there's no key in the old chest room. You have to
Okay.
have a key to unlock the chest, though. And also, I think what might get confusing for players, especially if they're not using their map,
Yeah.
is, again, you notice how it says exits north, south, or southeast. Some rooms will have more exits, which means more ability to explore the dungeon. And
Right.
there are rooms that are dead ends. And then
Okay.
so if you select it and that's the only thing you can, then you're basically your path is cut off for the rest of the game. So it does become like kind of like a tile management kind of game where you're like, I have to be careful when I place these things because they do affect my progress in the game.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go to the foreman's
The
office.
traveler has
All right.
room, I see. Searching for gemstones like citrine. The dungeon is ever changing, but it can bend. Its passageways will change. When you open a new door, 3 room choices will be laid before you. Choose wisely. These 3 rooms come at the Manticore's bidding.
You come across a small structure built in a natural cavity. A table, chair, bed, and cupboard make up a quaint little workspace, presumably for the foreman of the mine. The desk has a letter, 2 gold, and 1 key.
All right. So if you press E, which is the interact button, you will be able to pick up.
Something has entered the mines. We all sense it. The tunnels don't lead to where they should anymore. We've lost half our people. It has been 5 days and we found no way out. Every day we count ourselves lucky to find the well. Meanwhile, the darkness is following us, consuming us. We need to get out.
Okay.
Juicy, the programmer, he really worked overtime to set the ambiance and the environment of the dungeon. You know, giving it a little bit of a backstory. And then of course, Will and Sophie, they just killed it with the soundtrack and the audio cues and the sound effects. I mean, they are absolute amazing. I mean, the entire team's amazing, but you know, I gotta keep shouting out the team.
Yeah, got it. I have to say, there's a TV show called Nightmare in the 80s, which was a kids' TV show where you had a team of 4 that would be guiding one of their members through the dungeon. And the dungeon player couldn't see. They had a metal helmet on that blocked their vision. And they would have to walk them through the dungeon, doing different things, telling them what to do. It's a classic show. You love it.
All right,
okay,
so if you actually just real quickly open your inventory,
okay.
so press I,
Oh, I've got 2 gold and 1 key now.
you'll see that. If you get any other items, you know, that'll be there. But you can also see your steps.
Yes. Oh, I've only got 19 steps.
So you do have to manage your steps. If you run out of all your steps, you are forced back to the dungeon. And you have to start all over again. But any important puzzles that have been solved or any major objectives have been met, they will be saved and they will not have to be solved again or activated again when you do another run through.
Okay.
And sometimes you might need to backtrack or retreat. So there's a backtrack option that will cost 1 step, puts you to the dungeon entrance. Or sometimes you just feel like I've done all I can in this one run, so I'm just going to retreat and start again.
Okay. So I'm going to close. So if I survey the room, what
It'll
does
let
that
you
do?
know. Survey.
Oh,
So the little bumper noise, that's you running into a wall. The
okay.
noise you heard to the south, that's letting you know that you can go back south. And then the noise to the north, that's letting you know I can go north.
Gotcha. So, can I go back and then
Yes.
go to the chest room?
So you can go back to the dungeon entrance, and then you can go south and east. And if that room does show up, then you can select it, and then you can use your key there.
Okay. I'm gonna go north again because we've got north. So let's get going. Let's
Choose
see what
one room to draft.
right. So we got. Let me tab through.
Tool storage. Dead end. It has a useful item. Navigate down for details. Drip cave. Exits are east, south. A source of water. Water flows to all exits. Navigate down for details. Exits are east. A source of water. Water flows to all exits. Drip cave. Suspicious alcove. Exits are east, south. There is a strange stone-carved relief in this alcove. The ground can be dug. Navigate down for details.
All right, so here's where the game gets difficult already. So the tool storage, that's got a shovel.
Yes.
And you will eventually need the shovel to solve some puzzles in the game.
Okay.
But the suspicious alcove is a puzzle room. So that will have a puzzle for you to solve in there. And if you do solve it, you will be rewarded and you will get a very important item that you need for later in the game. So you are already at a part of the game where you have to make a very important choice because there are 2 rooms that have very important items.
The thing is, we've already had the discussion with regards to digging. Now, if we dig, we could find a key of gold.
As long as you're in a room with ground that can be dug, you could find a key, you could find gold, but you can also get nothing.
Okay, so I've got a choice of do I want to go straight in for a challenge? Or do I want to save challenge for later but get a shovel which could help me in future rooms?
Right. So if you want to, you can get the shovel, but then that means you can no longer go north for the rest of the game this week.
Because it's a dead end.
Yes.
You know what, I'm going to go for the suspicious alcove.
Okay.
Once a room is drafted, you may enter it. Remember where you came in? The western rooms are 5 in all, from north to south along one wall. From the center room you go to the east to face your foe. For at the eastern wall you'll find the Manticore, a host maligned.
The mine shaft takes a turn and you see something odd. An alcove is carved out in the corner with an intricate stone relief.
All right. So press E to interact in this room.
The alcove displays a stone-carved relief of a robed figure kneeling to a spiral pattern in the wall. The moon watches from above. A key is engraved on the figure's back. A text on the wall reads, "Meet me on the other side."
All right. So let me ask you a question. Without any other assistance, would you know how to solve this puzzle?
So there is an alcove, I would think I'd need some form of pickaxe or shovel to get through it.
No.
God damn it.
So you'll notice how when it was reading out the description for the interaction in the room,
Yeah.
it said there's a figure with a key in its back, and it says, "Meet me on the other side."
Ah, so do I use a key?
You will have to use a key to solve this puzzle, but it's how you use the key that's the most important.
Okay, so I go to my inventory and I select.
You can't use that here.
Oh. Okay.
So,
Survey the room?
do you want me to give you some help? Because I don't know if it'll be, obvious enough what the solution is.
Not yet. Let's. Okay. Can I get it to reread? That's R, isn't it?
Yeah, R.
You can't use that here.
Oh, that was that.
You can't use that here.
Oh.
The alcove displays
There
a
we go.
carved relief of a robed figure kneeling to a spiral pattern in the wall. The moon watches from above. A key is engraved on the figure's back. A text on the wall reads, "Meet me on the other side."
Right, okay. So. Okay, so I just went north, and I'm not quite sure what happened. I sort of keep going
You
backwards.
ran into a wall.
Right, okay.
So the only exits for this room is to go back to the foreman's office or to go east to make a new room.
Yeah, okay. But I've got a key, but I can't use that key in this room.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
I'm gonna go back.
But you could solve the puzzle.
You come across a small structure built in a natural cavity. A table.
Okay.
Suspicious
you
alcove.
can silence
The
that.
mine shaft takes a turn and you see something odd. An alcove is carved out in the corner with an intricate stone relief.
So I'm just gonna let you know right up
Yeah.
front. Whenever you go back and forth between rooms, you do use up footsteps.
No way.
Yeah. So if you check your inventory or press Control Z, if you would do Control Z.
Ah, I've got 16 steps remaining. Schoolboy error.
Yeah. So when you're also not in inventory, if you do
You can't
Control
use that
Z,
here.
Okay.
it'll tell you how many steps and keys and all that other stuff you have.
So, I've got a way of being able to solve the puzzle. So I've got to do something with a key. I've got a statue in front of me, but the key I've got doesn't work here. So
Yep.
I'm gonna have to leave the room.
You do. So
So
I
I'm
would
gonna
suggest you go
east.
east.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Forever.
Choose one room to draft.
Okay. So.
Old well. Exits are east, south, west. An old well with a rope down the hole. Small channels for water run in all directions. Water can flow to all exits. The ground can be dug. Gold vein. Exits are south, west. The walls are covered with gold. The ground can be dug. The walls can be mined. Navigate down for details.
Obviously, if I had a pickaxe or something like that, I'd be able to mine, but I don't.
Old chest.
But I've got the old
Exits
chest
are
to-
south, west. You find a treasure chest,
Oh man, that
but
sucks.
it is locked. The ground can be dug.
So I'm
Navigate
gonna go
down
for, the
for
chest
details.
because I know I've got a key. So, ooh. I tell you what, the visuals are
But
awesome.
do keep an eye out for gold on your way. Citrine loves gold. Do not listen to the other spirits who say they love it as well. Citrine loves it most.
In the corner of this shaft, you spot an old wooden chest. A big heavy metal lock keep its contents safe. Inventory. The chest opens. You find 4 gold inside and a key in crescent scap. What could that be for?
Did I say crescent scat?
Yeah.
Inventory.
Okay.
So I've got 6 gold keys, 6 gold, 0 keys, and 1 crescent key. So I've got a special key of some sort.
Congratulations, Simon. Spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1. Skip ahead if you don't want to hear this. You can now go beat the Manicore.
Right, okay. Right, okay. So I don't want to go back. So I'm going. So which
So,
way? So I can only
Depending
go,
on what you choose to make from the old chest room,
yeah.
you might lose access to solving the suspicious alcove puzzle.
The gold, see how it shines.
Okay.
The chest opens. You find 4 gold inside and a key in crescent scap. What could that be for?
So I'm wondering whether I need to go back to where I came from with the place that's got the alcove.
Yeah.
Will the
So-
key allow me to do anything?
No, the crescent-shaped key is to be used to beat the game. So that will not do anything until you get to the end of the game.
Right, so I go south. Here we go.
Choose one room to draft.
Ah, okay. So dead. Oh,
Bunk beds. Dead end. A small structure with bunk beds, 2 keys, and a pick. Navigate down for details.
okay.
Gold vein. Exits are north, east. The walls are covered with gold. The ground can be dug. The walls can be mined. Navigate down. Old well. Exits are north, east, south. An old well with a rope down the hole. Small channels for water run in all directions. Water can flow to all exits. The ground can be dug.
So
Navigate down for details.
both the gold vein and old well could still allow you to solve the puzzle before you run out of steps. But the way you have to solve this puzzle, you're going to use up a lot of steps.
Yeah. Yeah. And
And I
I've
don't
also got the challenge that if I go to the old well or the gold vein, I need a pick or a spade to make the most of it, and I don't have those yet. Whereas if I go for the bunk beds, I get 2 keys and a pick.
Yes, but you will then also not be able to beat the suspicious alcove puzzle in this one. Because the way you solve the suspicious alcove is, it says in the description, there's a key on its back. And it says, meet me on the other side. What you are supposed to do is, say you start the game going north. You get Foreman's office, suspicious alcove. You then want to create a room to the east, a room to the north, and then a room to the west. You then want to walk south in the room. That way you bump into a wall, and the wall will have a slot for a key that will unlock a room in the suspicious alcove.
Okay.
So that is how you solve the puzzle. But I'm guessing it's not clear enough that that's what you're supposed to do, which is what I wanted to know.
I have to say, it's not clear. But saying that, I mean, if you go back to, some of the older games, I mean, even the visual ones like Doom, for instance, you'd be running around for hours trying to find a hidden door that would take you into the central arena in one of the rooms.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's...
Gold vein. Old well. Bunk beds. Old well. Gold vein.
I said just go for the bunk bed.
Exits are north. Gold bunk beds.
Let's do that. Because I
Yeah.
don't think we should
Jim's back
go
for
too
Citrine.
far. on the game, 'cause
Yeah, I
obviously
mean,
a
you
lot
get
of
you
people
get
don't-
The wood structure of stone and wood form a crude resting place for the miners who worked here long ago. Among the few personal belongings left behind, you find 2 keys and a pick.
Okay. So if I go to my inventory, can I-
Inventory.
Nope, not yet.
not yet.
You gotta
So I
interact
mean,
with the room.
this room is a dead end. So if I
Yes.
survey the room, the panning is really good.
Yeah, so you
You
press.
took 2 keys
There
and
you
the
go.
Okay, so I interacted with the room. So if
inventory.
I've now got 1 pick and 2 keys.
Yes. And so instead of wasting a ton of steps backtracking, I would just backtrack so you use 1 step and then you still have a bunch of steps left.
Yeah. Okay, so
Old chest.
going north.
The chest lies empty.
Oh, no. What I meant was if you press tab
Ah,
through the UI, there is an option called backtrack.
Backtrack.
There
Short
you
key.
go.
Move back to the entrance for 1 step.
right, okay.
Dungeon entrance. Another day, another chance.
Oh,
The dungeon resists, but it can't stop you.
So just think about this though. You were
Yeah.
you were at the bunk bed. You would first have to go to the gold vein,
yeah,
back to the suspicious alcove,
yeah.
back to the foreman's office, back to the dungeon. That all requires steps.
Yeah, okay.
So you just backtrack, use 1 step instead of losing like 6.
This is awesome. There's so much strategy in this game. So if I continue, do I want to go back north?
Yeah, so
I've
now
got-
you can go south and you can go east now. You still have those 2 open to you.
Okay. So I'm going to go south. I quite like south.
Choose 1 room to draft.
Oh, okay. So we've got the
Old well. Exits are north, east, south. An old well with a rope down the hole. Small channels for water run in all directions. Water can flow to all exits. The ground can be dug. Navigate down for details.
What's the relevance of the rope and is the rope a clue?
Hey! Good for you, my
Exits
friend.
north, east, south. A source of water. Water flows to all exits. Navigate down for details.
I was just gonna let it like. What are your other options? We don't have to tap through them. You don't want to now, but you can just
Yeah,
click
no.
stay
So
what
we've
they
got
are.
a drip cave and we've got the
Prospector
prospector
shafts.
Ah, okay. We've got that right
Stone
up
map.
before.
I'm going to go for the well again because
Yep,
I
yep, yep.
want to look
Old
at this
well.
rope.
Exits are north. The mine shaft widens up into a spacious room. A well has been dug in its center, encircled by smooth river stones.
Okay.
Rotting wooden beams hold up a pulley with a rope, which disappears down the hole.
Okay.
So let me. There you go.
Oh. So I've just interacted with the room and
You pull
something
the
is
rope.
happening.
Wood creaks and snaps with every hoist around the pulley. From the darkness, a bucket appears.
Oh.
You leap forward to catch it as the pulley cracks from the wood and disappears into the hole. The bucket reveals 2 gold nuggets. And you got a rope.
Alright,
So if
Let
go
me
to
ask you
my-
a question.
Inventory.
Let me
Yeah,
ask-
go for it.
Okay, sorry. So the question I want to ask is because we've had some discussion with this, and some players have talked about it.
Hmm.
If you walk into a room like the old well, would you you did you interacted, but do you think it would be clear enough that while yes you can interact, you're getting something in this room? You got a rope, and the rope actually can be used for a puzzle in the game.
I mean, the thing is that the text is, from my perspective, very well written. So, you know, you're given information, but when there's things such as, you know, there is a rope and it gives you that additional, it makes you instantly think, I need to interact with that rope. There's something about that rope, because you don't just put it there for, you know, the ambience of it. So from that perspective, you know, as soon as I read about the rope, which I've read a couple of times, because I could have gone to this room a couple of times, I suddenly think, a rope, I need to do something with that, because that sounds too obvious to let it go.
Right. But I'm wondering for players who might not think that way, do you think, like, playing it, because we have sound effects and audio cues up the wazoo in the game,
Yeah.
we can always make another one. Do you think playing a chime like that specifically is different from all the other alerts that lets you know that you get something in this room that's, you know, like, relevant in the future?
I think, you know what, I don't, because I think, I mean, you could have it, so you could have a setting that has that on it. But for me personally, I like the exploration piece. I like the thought that, you know, I've got to really think about, okay, so it's mentioned this. What is that about? Do I need that? Is this going to affect my ability to complete tasks in the future, kind of thing? So I personally wouldn't want that there, but you know, as part of the sandbox mode that you talked about, having that when you enter a room and it dings to tell you that, you know, there's something that you might want to do here, that could make it a little bit more accessible for, you know, other people.
Yeah, I think this game is really, like, you know, if you play it one way, you want to play it one. You know, there's no one way or the other. Like, there's going to be players like you here. Like, I like a little bit of mystery. I like a lot of thinking. Like, how do the rooms affect me? Is there anything in there? And then there are other players, though, that don't think that way.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, so how can we better communicate that? Because there have been players where, like, I'm exploring, but I have no idea what I'm supposed to do in these rooms.
The thing is, though, you could put that in the narrative. So up front with regards to, you know, talking about the fact that throughout the dungeon there are hidden elements that you will need to help the traveler on their journey, or the you know, the dungeon dungeoneer on its journey, and things like that.
Yeah, and the thought that we have is maybe introducing a tutorial where it's framed like you're practicing in a mock dungeon. So, and then it's just very meta. It's like you need to move up to go north, or you have to use D to go to the east. You know what I'm saying? So just being it more meta for players who want
Choose
that.
one room to draft.
Sorry, mate, I hit a button. But yeah, no, I think that would work, because there's nothing really to guide you into the game at the moment. It's instantly, bam, you're in it, right?
Yep.
Get going, get working, kind of thing.
I just think it would be important for us in the tutorial not to reveal any of the actual important items. Like, just introduce you to the idea of a puzzle, how to interact with the room, inventory, but not spoiling anything into the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. But I have to say, mate, this is exciting, and I am definitely going to continue playing this, but I think we should leave something to the viewers. And
Yeah.
I am going to stop sharing so that we can have a bit of a roundup. There we go.
All right. Well, I'm happy that you were able to try out the game. Thank you for doing that for me. Thank you for showcasing my team's work. I'm very proud of my team. But also, I would love for everybody else who is interested to check out the game. We have it on the official itch.io page that, of course, we will link. Please go and play it. You can download it on Windows, Mac, or Linux. So you just download the file. It just, comes in its little, zipped up form. unpack it, play it, and please, if you would want to, please give us feedback. We're trying to make this game the best it can be possibly. We already think it's really high quality. I just think we are now just trying to really help players understand the objective and how to interact with the game, because a game that has accessibility is amazing, but if you don't know how to use it and experience it, then it's you're missing out on a really good game. So we just don't want you to miss out on the game. So please, if you could play it, give us feedback and tell us like what you would like more of or what would help you. We're open to any thoughts and ideas because, again, we just want to make this a really good experience. It's a great game, and we just want everybody to play it.
And let's support these game developers. Let's get more accessible games out there. Play it, say what you like, say what you don't like, and I'm sure the team will do everything they can to make it better and to get this game going.
Yes, and there's also you'll see that on the itch.io page that it is a part of the Games for Blind Gamers 5. If you click that, that will send you to the official page for the Games for Blind Gamers on itch.io. And the great thing is that you can also go to all the other submissions that were submitted for the Game Jam. There were 33 games that were made, and we started January 31st, and we submitted March 2nd. So for over a month, these teams have been making these games. We got 33 games submitted in a month. They're all different kind of genres, all different kind of experiences, but they are all accessible for the blind players. And I promise you, if you thought Delvers was cool, there's so many other cool games there, and there's so many other good games that were submitted. I mean, the Omega Reach, Valencia Tales, Impulse Response, Toasty, Songbird, Man in the Deadly Sea. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. There's so many games to play, and if you're a blind gamer who's looking for a brand new game, maybe we have something that you'd like to play.
Amazing. Well, thanks ever so much for sharing this with me, mate. It's been fantastic.
Well, thank you for allowing me to share it, and thank you for playing it. I would love for you to keep playing it, and if you have any thoughts on things you were thinking about, because obviously you work with accessibility yourself and do accessible gaming.
Absolutely.
So share your thoughts and let us know what you think. Happy to hear if you are able to beat it.
Absolutely. Sounds like a challenge.
Okay. All right. Well, there are other games, so maybe we'll do another one of these specials and we'll play another one of the submissions that were submitted from the Game Jam, because there's a lot of other cool games that I think you'd enjoy, Simon. So maybe we keep tapping back into these submissions every now and again.
Hey, mate, I love this. Let's do it. Let's get as many people to know what great stuff the Game Jam has been doing and what these people
there's been
working
5 of them, so there's 5 submissions. You can access each individual submission by the year, and you can still then get linked to the game's official pages and download them, because these are all free to play games. They're all different lengths, genres. So, and I mean, we had 33. The fourth had 34, and then the third had like 20. Then of course the first 2 years they still got respectful, like in the 10s. So there's got to be like over 100 games that have been made through Games for Blind Gamers, and the great thing is there's going to be a 6 starting next year. So more games to be made, but there's a lot of games that are already out there by this group.
Amazing. Okay. Well, what an amazing special. Let us know what you think about this, because if you like this kind of content and you want to see more of this, of playing games or doing things that are slightly different from the normal format, post your messages. Let us know what you think.
Absolutely. I mean, I think showing love to independent developers, especially those who are working on web browser and on Windows, Mac, and Linux, I think it's great to showcase them because I think they're doing a lot of amazing work with accessibility, especially for blind players. So, it's just really, really cool that we can play some of these. But if you want to see us play like Wolverine or the newest Forza, I mean, I think we might be able to get that to happen. It just depends on if Simon actually wants to play the games.
Were any of those developed after the 90s?
Yes, actually, because they haven't released yet. I was talking like, hey, if we
okay.
play any of the new games that have accessibility, but even like the old games that have accessibility, like we take it all the way back to The Last of Us Part 2, where it kind of all really started.
Right.
But it doesn't have to just be blind accessibility, as long as it's accessibility, cognitive, sensory, motor. I mean, but of course, if we can showcase it for the blind community, as long as it has some sort of accessibility, and you want to see us play it, please let us know, and we will definitely see how we make it happen.
Cool. So, where can we be found, buddy?
Oh, yes. So if you want, look up Games for Blind Gamers. There's an official itch.io page for it. We'll drop the link for that there. They have an overview page, and then, of course, there is a way for you to join the Discord from the web page. So if you are a blind gamer or a blind developer or a developer in general and gamer in general, and you want to interact, Discord's a great place, super positive, no toxicity, just all about gaming, game culture, and accessibility.
Amazing.
And of course, as for me though, if you want to actually find like, hey, where do I find you at? Okay, so let's see, I'm on Twitter. It's Unsighted Parasite. UNSY as in Yankee, TE, capital PARASY as in Yankee, TE. And yes, the U for Unsighted is also capital because capitals at the start of words are best for online. But yeah, at Unsighted Parasite. And then I'm on LinkedIn at Chad Boughton. That is B as in boy, OU, T as in tango, O, and then N as in November. Chad Boughton. That's where you can find me.
Amazing.
What about you, though, Simon?
Well, you can find me on LinkedIn, Simon O'Gorman, and you can also find me on Facebook, SL O'Gorman. And I'm always talking about gaming and retro gaming specifically. So if you like that and that's your jam, so to speak, come and have a natter.
Yeah, and for any of you who are new listeners, and this is your first time listening to the podcast, and you are anywhere in the United Kingdom, reach out to Simon. He is the owner of Adapt IT. Simon, make sure to plug Adapt IT, please.
Okay, so Adapt IT, we provide technology services for people with disabilities and chronic illnesses, and whatever you want to do, we can help you do that. But thanks very much, Chad. That's appreciated.
Of course, my friend. They have their own website. Well, if you want to know about that, let me know. We can obviously share that easily. But for you new-time listeners who might not know about Simon and know that he's in your area, he can help you. Well, there you go. Now you know, so reach out to Simon. His team's great. But that is going to be it for today's episode. This was so cool. I love that we can do this now. What a fun episode. Thank you for suggesting it, Simon. This was so cool.
Oh, mate, no, thank you. This is so much fun. And to be able to experience your world and the work that you've been putting so much effort into over the past couple of months, it's just a privilege. Thank you.
Well, thank you, my friend. And thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the podcast. If this is your first time, please make sure to subscribe and follow wherever you're getting your podcast. Of course, you could be right now on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, or Overcast. please, if you could follow, that way you don't miss a new episode. We'd appreciate that because we would love if you became a member of the Unsighted Army. So thank you guys so much for listening. Hopefully you loved the episode. If you want more, you'll get more. So just let us know what you thought. But until we meet again, love you guys. Take care and be safe.
See you